All right, welcome everyone to PopCultX episode 110. Wow, I can't believe we're that high already. Welcome to our podcast where two people from GenX perspective talk about all things pop culture. This week we're talking about Flamin Hot movie, aliens, possibly video games, all kinds of stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Danny, did you check out the new film directed by Eva Longoria, Flamin Hot?
I did, and I was certainly blown away. Not just blown away. Okay. So a few things. I enjoyed Flaming Hot Cheetos for a long time. Never cared or worried where they came from. It was just something that I like to eat, right? Spicy food. And so when I heard about this movie coming out a couple months ago, I heard about it. I was like, sounds interesting. Whatever. It's about Flaming Hots and how they came to be.
Yeah.
But then it showed up on Hulu and Disney Plus. So I said, I'm going to watch it. And it was so good, for me at least, because it didn't center around the Cheetos. They were there. It centered around Richard Montañez. How do you say his last name? Where is it? Montañez, I guess.
Montañez or something.
As a Mexican American who basically picked himself up from the bottom to become, at the end of the movie, the vice president of marketing and whatnot. So it just shows his growth, if you're willing to put the work in and you have an idea and your vision, don't let anything get in your way of preventing you from your dreams and goals of what you can do. And I think that's what the story was centered or was about, was his life and his vision and pursuit of wanting to better himself and having that vision and being able to act upon that. And I just thought it was so well done. The guy who played Richard Montañez, Jesse Garcia, he did a great job. I thought he was just fabulous in the movie. Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah, I did. And I feel the same way with you. I think it's a great family film. It talks about hope and, loyalty when it comes to family. His wife stood by him.
Yeah.
Was really kind of co-creator of the hot Cheeto, to be honest, because she came up with the ingredients for the hot sauce slurry.
Slurry, right.
So yeah, it's a really great family film. I think that talks about not giving up hope, being able to really do a 180 when it comes from having a particular type of past and overcoming that to become something else, and not giving up on yourself or giving up on other people. And I think that it's a good movie for young people, particularly young Latinos, to see that, even someone who's a janitor who doesn't give up can reach such heights, such as he has, and not be encumbered by his past. So I think it's really good. The cynic in me kind of thinks it's like, it's a 1 in a million kind of a deal. Like not all of us can just kind of call the CEO of the company and pitch something and then it get picked up. So that's why I think that it's particularly good for kids who haven't had life kind of beat them down yet by cynicism and the way that I have. I think it's a really good movie. It was really fun. I thought that it showed Chicano life in a realistic, honest way, with it not being all silver line clouds, and because I think sometimes people are so afraid to show anything negative that they go all the way to where everything's perfect, and it's reality is somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Where some people that do belong to gangs and some people that don't, and people that are educated, some that aren't.
Yeah.
So I think they did a really good job of balancing that. So it was a really fun film, and it was really well directed. I was really pleasantly surprised by Eva Longoria's. I think it was her directorial debut, and I thought she did a really great job.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, usually when Mexicans are depicted in film, they're either gangsters or on the complete other side of the spectrum, very very, very, how do I say it? Very cultural, very, food, everything. So there's nothing in that middle where the reality is, like you said. And I think this film did a good job of showing that, because he was someone who wasn't as nearly educated as his wife was, and he was in the gangster life, but then he was able to pull himself out, and with his passion for wanting to, better his life for himself and his family, that's where the movie centered around. So I think it did, like you said, she did a great job directing this. There was the bits in the movie where he's doing the voiceovers and narrating as a Cholo or Chicano style for like the boardrooms. Those had me cracking
Yeah,
up.
that was fun.
Those were just hilarious because you got to add flavor to the story, right? So he did that when he was recanting or retelling how the boardrooms might have went. Of course, then he tells it, in the
Yeah,
normal version, the boring version. But I thought it was just such a
yeah.
wonderful job.
Yeah, and really funny, like little, I guess you would call it a cameo by Tony Shalhoub from
Yeah.
the wonderful or fabulous Mrs. Maisel, whatever show that's called, Mrs. Maisel for short. He did a really great job of playing
Hmm.
the CEO in it. So a lot of good characters, really good movie, really positive, uplifting, and really, really kind of a cool icon within the Chicano history of someone
Yeah.
who created something that so many of us enjoy. So really cool. Other thing that I've been kind of obsessed with, and this has completely nothing to do with flaming hot Cheetos, but aliens in Las Vegas or Nevada. Everyone's sort of talking about it. You're in the area, so it's like adjacent to where you are. Um, to recap for people who don't know what's going on, I'll kind of quickly try to explain what happened in Nevada. So a police officer is, I think, giving a ticket or talking to someone on their body cam. They captured something falling from the sky, bright green, falls, lands in a neighborhood. Then you get a family call 911 saying something landed in our
Hmm.
backyard. There's these creatures. We think they're aliens. They're 8, 9, 10 feet tall. We're really scared. It's not a joke. The police actually responded to them like an hour and a half later, of course. Get there, there's nothing there. It's just like a perfect circle in the dirt of this family's backyard. The police officers sort of ask everyone in the neighborhood if they've seen anything. They have footage on a Ring doorbell camera of a noise kind of coming through the air, like something rocketing or falling from the sky, and then the explosion. So you've got a couple different documented sources, and then lastly, you have footage from a cell phone from the family where you don't really see anything other than them looking in their backyard, the mom kind of screaming scared, and then like one of the kids kind of running from the backyard, and it ends. One of the kids did an interview or did a uh, televised statement on
Hmm.
YouTube saying, "This is what happened to our family. You can believe me or not, but this is what happened. There were, creatures or aliens possibly like walking on our ceiling. They were in our backyard. When I looked at them, I was frozen. They had big eyes. They were grayish green. Again, 8, 9, 10 feet tall. Couldn't move. The spaceship was camouflaged. Couldn't see it. So now everyone's talking about, are there aliens? Again, it's brought up that whole debate of whether or not aliens exist. Did a spaceship land in Nevada in the Las Vegas area? What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I do believe that there's other intelligent life outside of our planet. That I do wholeheartedly believe because the universe is too big for it not to be statistically untrue, right? So, with
Yeah.
that being said, I want to believe that something like that could happen. I just think that um, unless there was like some malintention by the craft, why wouldn't they show up? Why wouldn't they make themselves known? I'm not saying it's a hoax. I'm saying I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, but why is the video? I guess it's dark. That explains why it's kind of grainy. But why don't we ever, in this day and age of high def cameras, and why don't we ever get a clear picture of something? It drives me crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
why can't we just see something definitive? And but yeah, I want to believe this story and that they were aliens that crashed maybe a few miles from my house. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's I don't know if I can. I mean, I enjoy it. It sounds like a movie. Actually, sounds like the movie Signs almost, right? Um, and not to get off on a tangent, but that when they first unveiled the alien in the movie Signs, that was a gasp moment for me. It was like, oh wow, because you don't expect that. So I thought that was really cool. But back to this, I I just will take all the information in as it becomes available. If more evidence mounts up that something was there, sure, I'll believe it. How about you?
Well, from a pop culture perspective, like we're obsessed with aliens, right? Like there are tons of movies about
Yeah.
aliens,
Hmm.
tons of books about aliens, documentaries about aliens, about alien abduction. Like obviously we're super interested in aliens as human beings. Like we want aliens to exist. I think for the most part, I don't know what it is about us that we feel that we can't be the only intelligent creatures out there, that
Hmm.
there has to be something else. Um, Listening to the stories of what happened and how it unfolded, I want to believe. I don't think that this family fabricated something
Right.
just to be famous or to make money.
Right.
So I don't know what happened, if there is such thing as aliens, and if they disappeared, if the men in black came and covered it up. I don't know. Um, but I do, if there are aliens, like I kind of like want them to hurry up and like show themselves, like just
Yeah.
because out of boredom, like
Hmm. Exactly.
hurry up, like show yourself, like let's get to it. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, let's already discover aliens, let them discover us, whatever. Just because like it's been since what, like all from all time, like they have hieroglyphs that they believe have like drawings or depictions of aliens. So like if it's been for such a long time, like let's create some sort of relationship. Like let's do it already. Like what are we waiting for?
Exactly.
That's my thing, is like if they exist, like let's get on with it. Let's go to their planet. Let them take us to wherever they want to take us, or if they want to live here, let them live here. Hopefully we can coexist peacefully, even though we can't coexist with our own country peacefully. But that's where I am. That's where I stand. I hope that it's true, but I do want something to happen within my lifetime
Hmm.
soon. I really hope that something kind of happens with aliens, something big, like some unveiling of new information, so that we have definitive proof or definitive knowledge that aliens do exist. That's my hope, that before I reach 80, that would come about.
I'm right there
I
with
don't
you.
know if it's ever going to happen, but
I will say this one thing, and take this as you will. There are a group of people, and I might count myself included with there, that believe that octopus are alien life form. That's it. That's the end of my statement.
yeah.
If you think
On
about
a
it,
side note, yeah. On a side note, at work the other day, my coworkers were talking about eating baby octopus
mhm.
and or octopi, I guess the plural. Um, and it made me so sad because I saw the documentary about that
um,
octopus and
my teacher or whatever, the
the little life that creature had. Yeah, and it was just so gross thinking about people eating baby octopus,
mhm.
a baby octopus. Like it's just so creepy. Like, and they're so smart and so intelligent. Like not that I'm a vegetarian, but it just made me so sad that people were like eating and thinking about how delicious they are.
Yeah. I just think they're so smart and intelligent that they can't be from this planet. I mean, that's just my theory, and a lot of other people's.
Really, yeah. What about jellyfish? Jellyfish look pretty extraterrestrial.
Yeah, I mean, but they're more, I think, akin to like single cell organisms, right? Because they're just floating. They don't
Yeah.
have the intelligence factor that an octopus has. At least I don't think.
So like octopus came from outer space and landed in the ocean and then just started living here. Is that the theory?
Basically, yeah. They
Yeah.
maybe it was just a spore or an egg or something on an asteroid that crash landed here, and that's where they came from. I mean, you could say that about a lot of different forms of life that maybe was carried through space on a rock or something, right? But I just
Maybe
think
we maybe are. Maybe we're the aliens.
that I've heard that there. Maybe we, the humans, are the aliens to this planet. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go.
That would
Aliens
be the
exist.
worst because that would be so boring. If we were the aliens, I would be so sad and depressed. That's like the most boring answer like ever. Oh, we're the aliens. Plot twist.
That's the
Oh, that
plot
would be
twist,
the
yeah.
worst. No. I want something much more exciting, something more like I don't know. Has there ever been a movie where aliens are peaceful, like Cocoon? I would like something like Cocoon
Mm.
to happen.
Or
And
like
being like
Arrival.
really cool, or what?
The Arrival.
I haven't seen The Arrival, but something where the aliens are really cool and they have special powers and they give us those powers and they share with us and we go to their planet and we live forever or
Yeah.
whatever. Something like that would be cool.
I'll even
No
take
Independence Day alien.
I'll even take my stepmother as an alien. How about that? You remember that
I
movie?
haven't seen that one either.
Ooh. Go back and watch
I
that
don't
one.
remember it.
That's an old one with oh goodness, I can't even
Yeah.
think. Is it Dan Aykroyd? No. He might be in it. Anywho, yeah. There's that one.
I feel like that would be like a Pauly Shore movie for some reason.
No, I don't think it was Pauly Shore. But speaking of aliens, since we're on that topic, a couple video games got released that are alien related to some degree. So there's a new and they both released like the gameplay footage, and it's something that's exciting to me because I like video games. One is Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. So you play as like a Navi character who got kidnapped by the humans, basically as a youngling, to basically train him to work for them. But now he's set free, and you get to explore a new
Yeah.
continent on Pandora, and the visuals look just great. So I'm not
Wow.
sure if you've seen any of that. I'm not sure how much into video games you are recently.
0%.
0%. Okay, well, check that out. I mean, did you like the Avatar movies? Let me ask you that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
yeah. The Avatar movies are great. I mean, in theory, I want to play video games. They're really exciting. And I can't get into them. I don't know if it's my attention span or what it is, but I just can't get into video games.
That's fair enough.
I want to like them, but I just don't.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's not. I mean, sometimes it's the story that's hard to get into. It's just
Yeah.
like it doesn't play out to what you want. I don't know. Another one though that I'm super excited about that's coming out next year is called Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars, and it's you play as a new character named Kay Vest. She's like they call her a scoundrel seeking freedom. And I'm reading like the description. Basically, it's set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi within the world there, which I always find fascinating when people can tell stories within a universe that doesn't rely on the main movies, but you know the planets from it, the areas from it, and you could tell how it relates to the bigger movie arc, I guess. So
Yeah.
this story takes place within there, and you go through like the different crime syndicates, and you fight your way out, and you try to start a new life. It looks really good. It looks like something that I probably will be buying as soon as it comes out.
Nice. What is your console of choice? Where do you play your video games?
Well, that one was announced for the Xbox, which I don't have. I'm more of a PlayStation person. So hopefully it gets out on PlayStation as well, or else I might have to go buy an Xbox just for that.
Nice.
I'm a big Star Wars fan.
There was a video game that I was watching someone play online, and it was sort of like a zombie-esque kind of like you're going around some abandoned medical facility and zombies come out at you or whatever. But the ending was what was really fascinating to me. The ending, the last zombie that you have to kill, you shoot it, it stops, and then it starts doing the choreography to Michael Jackson's Thriller. And I thought that was the funniest, most random thing that I've ever seen. Like the zombie just stops and then it's like snapping its fingers. It's doing it was so funny. It was the funniest thing ever.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I wish I knew what the name of the game was so I could tell everyone to go play it, but it was super funny. I was watching Casper Sight. That's the name of the person who was playing the video game. So if you go to his YouTube videos. I'm sure you could find it, but it was so funny.
I'm
It
just
was.
looking at real quick. It looks like Plants vs Zombies does something like that.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's it or not, but
No, it wasn't that one. It was.
okay,
I think it was like a demo that he was playing. It was. It was a very quick video game.
gotcha. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so funny. I was like that. That's the kind of video game that I like. Short, scary, and then funny at the end.
You would like a couple video games that are on the horror side of things. One's called Until Dawn. That's really good. You should check that out. It's like a movie-based one, so you choose like almost like a choose your own adventure type of game. So the actions
Yeah.
you pick have consequences down the line for what happens. So if you choose to like go left, maybe someone on the right dies or whatever. It's really cool. Another one is called The Quarry, with that's like starring like David Arquette in it. So
Oh, wow.
it's a really good take on like a werewolf type of horror movie. So those are two, both on all platforms probably, but I played them on the PlayStation. So they're really fun. If you really want to try it out, I recommend it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll step away from playing Pac-Man and play something that's more modern
Yeah.
that was made someone in the last 15 years.
Yes. You should. I also got this book I ordered from an author I follow, a comic book author named Charles Soule. It's called, his new called The Endless Vessels, his new novel that came out. I'm looking forward to reading that. Captain Marvel 50 comes out this week if everyone's paying attention. That's going to be exciting. It's the end of Kelly Thompson's iconic run for Captain Marvel. So I'm super excited for that coming out on New Comic Book Day, picking that up. And yeah, that's fun.
Nice. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a couple of comic books that I have to pick up tomorrow. I forgot which ones they are, but I think there's probably about 10 or so that I need to make sure that I go to the comic book store and pick up tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
we'll recap them next week for everyone out there. What we picked up this week.
yeah, for sure. Like, and definitely if anyone's watching, send us your recommendations of new books that we need to check out. I'm reading a current book and this is how far I am. I have very little left
Oh, nice.
from the book to read. So I'm definitely looking for recommendations for book recommendations so I can start reading a new book. So hit me up and let me know what I should be reading.
Yeah, definitely give us your recommendations. As you can see, I have a whole wall here that I need to fill up with different stuff. Finally cleared it out, and now I can put up I'm going to end up like your background there, Gabe. Hopefully that'll be coming up soon. Yep.
Yeah, I need more wall space, or I need to maybe reorganize it.
Expand to another room.
Yeah.
We'll get you a steady cam, mount it on your shoulders when you're doing the episode. You can just walk around.
Yeah, just do one of those weird things.
Yeah, so everyone out there, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by today for this episode. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like us to cover, or if you have any news topics that maybe we missed, leave them in the comment and we'll get to them.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe, and hit us up on any of our social medias. Stay safe.
See you next time, everyone.